All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises and glory and honor to Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Kakadash, Barakatham to the elders and apostles, Wa'akim, Wa'akwaf, and I say Shalom. And the Heavenly Father, that you name is Yahweh, and His only begotten Son, Ba'ashem, in the name of Mashiach Shai. Those are the true names in the ancient Paleo Hebrew, Lashwan Kadash Lutan. And I say Barakatham to the elders and apostles, Wa'akim, Wa'akwaf, and I say Shalom. And this is a sit-down lesson of the prophecy updates as of March the 1st, 2025 on this Saturday afternoon. And this is a news article from the JerusalemPost.com by the Jerusalem Post staff as of March the 1st, 2025. And last updated March the 1st, 2025, it reads, it says a U.S. CENTCOM kills senior al-Qaeda member in Syria. Right, because we've been seeing the ongoing back and forth throughout the years, and as of recently, proxy wars, nuclear wars between the nations throughout Iraq, throughout Syria, throughout Lebanon, throughout Western Asia. As we're going to continue to see escalations only going to increase over there in Western Asia. As I add a side note to that, it says the U.S. Central Command CENTCOM kills a senior military leader, Haraz al-Din Had, an al-Qaeda affiliate in Syria. The organization announced on Saturday. As we have said in the past, we will continue to relentlessly pursue these persons in order to defend our homeland and U.S. allies and partners, personnel in the region, says the CENTCOM Commander General Michael Eric Kola. And this is a news article. As I mentioned once again, we've been seeing ongoing escalations heating up between the borders of Iraq and Syria and Lebanon. And this comes within the last couple of days. You had a attack in near Damascus. Now, this is a couple of days later. This is a new release, news article, once again, as of March the 1st, 2025, and last updated March the 1st, 2025, and it reads, it says Israel attacked Damascus neighborhood, reports. Israel is attacking the Al-Mazaya neighborhood in Damascus, Syrian media reports Saturday night. This is a developing story. It says Israel attacked a neighborhood in Damascus, Syria reports. Get to that prophet Isaiah. And this is the prophet Isaiah chapter 17 in verse 1. The burden of Damascus. Behold, Damascus taken away from being a city, and there shall be its ruined heap. Right, that's what we see in Damascus and Syria taken away from being a city, and there shall be its ruined heap. And this is the prophet Joel chapter 3 and verse 9. Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, prepare war, wake up the mighty man, let all the men of war draw near, let them come up. Right, as we slowly but surely seeing that increasing throughout the years, and as recently as well too. Back and forth, on and off, escalations are heating up between the nations. The proxy wars, the wars and rumors of wars, nation against nation, kingdom against kingdom. This is the prophet Joel, chapter 3, verse 10. Meet your plowshares and the swords and the plenty hoods and the spears, and let the weak say I'm strong. And this is the book of Matthew, chapter 24, and verse 6. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. Right, those are signs of wars and rumors of wars, the ongoing escalations and proxy wars over there in Western Asia, and nuclear escalations that we're seeing around the world between the nations as well too. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must first come to pass, but the end is not yet. Right, so it's going to come to pass, but it's not going to end just yet. So we're going to be seeing uptake of increasing nuclear escalations and tensions between the armies of nations. That's what we're seeing. Matthew 24, verse 7, for nation shall rise against nation. Right, Russia versus Ukraine, Russia versus NATO. That's a prime example. It says, for nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. And there shall be famines and pestilence and earthquakes in diverse places. This is the book of 2nd Esdras, as usual. It's the book of 2nd Esdras 15, verse 15. It says, for the sword and destruction are off nigh, and one people should stand up and fight against another with swords in hands. As we know, the modern day sword is a weapon, and as we've seen seditions among the nations and One, people should stand up and fight against another with swords in hands. The increasing the resistance of Palestinians going against the Israeli Defense Force, cross-border conflicts, and seditions and uprises and the uproars people of the world, which we're seeing. Just like it says in 2nd Esdras 9, verse 3, there should be seen earthquakes and uproars people of the world. Luke 21, verse 25, of the disgressive nations will be placed in siege restaurant. 2nd Esdras 15, verse 16, for there should be sedition among men, invading one another. They should not regard their kings nor their princes, and of course, action stand in power. Right, so we're definitely going to be continuing to see the increasing sedition of men is going to come into full effect, and we see the increasing of the people are in the world rising up against their elites of power, and of course, the action stand in power due to the unrighteous decrees, which it says in Isaiah 10 and verse 1. This is 2nd Esdras chapter 9 and verse 3. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes, uproars people in the world. Right, so increasing intensity of earthquakes and increasing uproars people in the world. We're going to continue to see that increasing. It's the book of Luke 21 and verse 25. And there shall be signs in the sun and the moon and the stars upon the earth. Disgressive nations will be placed in siege. Verse 1. Right, the disgressive nations, perplexity in the siege. Verse 1, which we are seeing. As it says once again, Israel attacked Damascus neighborhood. And keep this in mind, I would say for the past, throughout, for a month and a half, you've been seeing rising attacks from the Israel Defense Force as they continue to target military compounds and weaponry. That's by the pro-Iranian groups, which you had the Israel Defense Force been recently accusing Hamas to smuggling weapons in those areas, which is by the proxy groups of the pro-Iranian groups. As we've been seeing escalations heating up between both sides, between the borders of Israel and the borders of Lebanon, even though they have a momentary ceasefire between one another, because they've been recently calling each other out of the violation of the ceasefire. That's why you've been having Israel Defense Force using heavy airstrikes, targeting those proxy groups and those pro-Iranian groups as well too, because you do have the Iranian Revolutionary Guards over there, the pro-Iranian groups throughout that whole region, clashing back and forth, going against the Israel Defense Force. Like I mentioned again, even though they have a momentary ceasefire over there as well too. It says Italy calls for a summit between the U.S. and European says divisions make West weaker. Right, that's that St. Mark there, verse 24 to verse 25. So bring out as well too. It's the book of St. Mark, chapter 3, verse 24. And if a kingdom be divided against itself, the kingdom cannot stand. Right, that's what we're seeing modern day kingdoms being divided, which cannot stand, which is only going to continue to increase, that Yahushua spoke of. St. Mark 3, verse 25. And if a house be divided against itself, the house cannot stand. Right, so if a house be divided against itself, the house cannot stand. And that's what we're seeing. It's only going to continue to increase. Kremlin condemns alleged Ukrainian assassination plot on Putin link clerk. Right, that's that, what's that, 2nd Esdras. They should not regard their kings nor their princes, and of course, action stand in power. It says several injured in a blast in the Islamic seminary known for training the Taliban in Pakistan. And at least 47 people feared trapped in a glacier's burst in India, TV reports. And I believe they said five people were still trapped in that region. And this is from the live updates. Israeli report. It says Israel report attack Syria. Deal reach dead. It says deal reaching dead end as final hours of Gaza ceasefire draw near. The IDF instructed to prepare to defend Druze in Syria. Netanyahu conveyed meeting on a hostage deal. Hostage families call for a continuing of a deal. It says Israelis attend a rally calling for the release of hostages held by Hamas and Gaza in Tel Aviv, March the 1st, 2025. Yeah, it says Israel attacks Damascus. Neighbor reports from the Jerusalem Post. Israel attacking the Al Mazad neighborhood, Damascus, Syria media reports. Saturday night, this is a developing story, which I read that already. Israelis calling on to free all hostages from Tel Aviv protests. Israelis rally across Tel Aviv on Saturday calling for a release of all 59 hostages who remain held in captivity in the Gaza Strip by Hamas groups. Netanyahu instructed the IDF to prepare to defend Druze village in Syria. The Druze village that is currently under attack in the town of Jamania, which is the outskirts of Damascus. It says Gaza hostage ceasefire deal reaching a dead end, Israeli officials tell Post. Netanyahu will convene a meeting on the hostage deal in the next several hours with senior officials and negotiation team. It says, "Don't destroy our lives." Hamas propaganda video shows in Leir Enton Haram prior to the separation. It says France marketing is ready to discuss nuclear deterrence for Europe. Turkey is repeated offer to host Ukraine-Russian peace talks in London summit. Zelensky foreign minister says it says NEONAZI. Zelensky rejects peace. Obsessed will continue. Check the Middle East. Kurdish rebels declare immediate ceasefire after jail leader peace appeal. Israel lobbies the U.S. to keep Russia's military presence in Syria. Get to some more prophecy updates, if possible. Check a different news article. A different news website. It says Zelensky's Washington trip a complete failure, according to Moscow. It says Zelensky's kicked out of the White House. Russian-Ukraine conflict reports. Ukraine attempt to attack Turk scream, Russian MOD reports. It says Putin should leave free world, Medvedev reports. Musk tips Vance to become U.S. president. Zelensky refused to apologize for spat with Trump. Did Zelensky call Vincent a bitch? Question mark. Zelensky is not ready for peace. Trump reports. Friday goes into that First Thessalonians. Putin signs security guarantees for Belarus. And this is from March the 1st, 2025, and it reads, it says Putin signs security guarantees for Belarus. And as we've been seeing, the ongoing back and forth tensions been heating up between Belarus and Russia together, going against NATO and the Western countries as well too. I just want to add a side note to that. And this comes within last year that Russia formally announced that they signed a Ocean missile deal with Belarus as well too. This is a news article from March the 1st, 2025, and it reads, Putin signs security guarantees with Belarus. Under a new law, Moscow would provide a nuclear defense for Minsk in the case of an attack. Russian President Vladimir Putin has ratified a security treaty with Belarus, reinforcing military ties between the two nations within the Union state, integrating Minsk into Moscow's nuclear deterrence strategy. The treaty, which was signed into law on Friday after being agreed on in December at a meeting on the Supreme State Council of the Union State in Minsk, if I pronounce that right, it says commit both countries to defend each other's sovereignty and territorial integrity. It also allows for the potential use of Russia's nuclear weapons to protect Belarus in case of an aggression. The top Russian senior, Valentina Matvensko, said in the agreement is crucial given the current geopolitical tensions. The treaty, which includes provisions against unilateral sanctions, it says to last for 10 years and they automatic extensions. And a key provision allows for deployment of Russian tactical nuclear weapons in Belarus. Russia has already stationed ballistic missiles in the country as part of the Union State Partnership. On the agreement, Belarus could request that use if deemed necessary. Both countries consider Russian nuclear arsenal to deterrence against threats to be used only as a last resort. Following the signing of the treaty, Belarusian President Alexander requested the deployment of the Russian immediate range ballistic missiles. The new systems, which feature a hypersonic upper stage, could be stationed in Belarus in the second half of 2025, according to Putin. The Russian was revealed last year, tested in Ukraine, where it was used to strike the Yakuzmas military and industrial facility in Dnipro in November. The treaty provision will safeguard sovereignty and strategic integrating the particular, given provocations from EU countries bordering Belarus. Senior MP Valadan said. So we're gonna read all the rest of that. Get to that Ezekiel. Yep, this is the prophet Ezekiel chapter 38 in verse 4. Then I'm gonna close it out. It says, this is the prophet Ezekiel chapter 38 verse 4. It says, and I will turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws, and will bring thee forth in all thy army, horse and horsemen, other than clothes of all sorts of armor, even a great company of buckling shields, all of handling swords. Right, so Russia is in that warlike mindset as the heavenly father continue to put the hooks and back in the jaws of the Russians, which represents the bear of the Russians, the Edomites. As it says once again, Putin signs a security guarantee for Belarus. Under a new law, Moscow could provide nuclear defense for Minsk in the case of an attack. It's the book of Revelations, 11 verse 14. Revelations 11 verse 14, the second will pass, behold, the third will come quickly. While the second will pass, behold, the third will come quickly. So with that, hopefully this sit down lesson was edifying of the prophecy updates as of March the 1st, 2025 on this Saturday afternoon. So with that, I'd like to give all praises and glory and honor to Yahweh Ba'Hashem, Yahweh Shai Ba'Hashem HaKadosh, and the Heavenly Father. The true name is Yahweh, and His only begotten Son, Ba'Hashem, and the name of Mashiach Yahushai. Those are the true names in the ancient Paleo Hebrew, Lashma Kadash tongue, and I say Barakatham to the elders and apostles, Wa'akim Akwaf. Until next time, I will say Shalom.